And we are live, guys, to break the friction between the fiction. Is that correct, Martina? Yeah? Okay. Okay, guys, what are we going to talk about first? Okay, so I want to hear from one of you who wants to go first. Yeah. If the all caps name being a dead fiction, what that implies. Who's gonna go for this one?
What do you
Anyone?
mean? Means in the legal fiction, if they are writing in the name in all caps, that means the person is dead. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that the name stuff in all caps, yeah, being the dead fiction, right? What that implies.
It needs someone to act for and on behalf of it, because it can't act for and on behalf of itself, can it?
Exactly. Now, does it matter being all caps or being normally written?
No, I was going to make that point. It doesn't matter whether it's all caps, whether it's first letter caps and the rest in lowercase. It doesn't matter, because it's a registered entity. However they choose to spell it, it's the same thing.
And if we make a claim about the all caps, are we making a claim that we cannot back it up with material evidence?
Well, I would say
so. Absolutely.
We don't make claims.
Yeah.
Or should I say we shouldn't make claims. We might make claims in error, but we should try not to make claims.
Exactly. Because if we go on and say or use any of that BS, right, of the all caps name not being yada, 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 we have nothing to back it up, right?
Then prove that if someone is making that claim, then you prove that small letters is a living person. Prove that also then.
What did you say?
If someone is claiming that, we are not claiming that, if anyone is claiming that all caps is dead, then how do you prove that not all caps is a living man?
Well, but that's the thing, isn't it? The name is just a what?
An act of registration.
Exactly. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mia was saying, exactly, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's written like this or like that. It doesn't matter. Yeah? So breaking the fiction to the name, it's important. Why? Why do we need to lose once and for all that BS that goes around and everybody goes in one say that, the cap name is under trust or yada, yada, yada. Yeah? So what do we need? We need to think factually and breaking the fictions as they are presented to us. So if anyone comes to you with that jibber jabber, right, you need to be able in your thinking to say, hang on a minute. If I have this and this and this, and this is my facts, where are the facts that that one is spewing this BS of the all caps? Yeah. Where is the evidence of what he's saying? Correct? And I will assume that is correct. Silence
Yes.
creates the agreement.
Tacit agreement.
Yeah. So another thing that is very important, and for the ones that are on Facebook, and I will suggest that go and read Baron David Ward's posts and comments. He kept saying over and over and over, it was Mr. David Ward, the straw man, that win the case. What does this mean? Anyone? Why would he keep banging the same thing over and over? For him, everything was about repetition, right? That's how we go ahead, Mark.
Because it's just a commercial instrument.
What is a commercial instrument?
The name.
The name is a commercial instrument?
Yeah.
How so? You want to expand on that one?
Well, what else is it?
An act of registration. That's a fact.
Which is a commercial instrument, isn't it?
How can an act of registration be a commercial instrument?
Well, once that registration of the name, is that not what it becomes then, just a commercial instrument?
Mia, I think I'm not getting what you're saying.
David Ward said that because living man cannot, the case was on the straw man, not on the living man.
No.
So,
Yeah. No, Mark was making another reference. What do you mean by a commercial instrument?
well, the name is something that is just used through trade. That's what they're trying to trade with, is the name.
Do you have any evidence for that?
You're calling the name the commercial instrument, or the case, or the affidavit?
The name.
Okay, the name.
Mia,
Well, it was kind of a question. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let me hear what Mia.
I was away from the laptop, just trying to get some food. Go on. What did you want to ask?
So Mark is saying that the name. Mark, can you repeat again?
Okay. You were referring to the straw man name to be the straw man.
I'm referring to why did Baron David Ward kept saying that it was the straw man, that won the case. And your answer was
because the straw man is the commercial instrument.
That's where I'm stuck with a commercial instrument being attached to the name.
I can see what Mark's trying to say. They can only do commerce with that legal name. Yeah.
So if you're writing
What you
on and
can
for
say is,
behalf of, it's not you as such. It's the commercial instrument.
Yeah, but
that
a
is being
commercial
used.
instrument. Okay, but a commercial. What is a commercial instrument?
Something that you use in commerce.
No, a commercial instrument can only be a bond, right? A pledge, right?
Okay.
So that's where you I'm like, how can you be making that correlation? Because for someone, even someone in the government, be using my act of registration, yeah,
Which is a bond, isn't it?
Yeah, but where is that evidence?
Well, because you
That's
can
what.
type in your
That's what. That's
birth
where I'm
certificate
stuck at the
is a
moment.
bond, isn't it?
What?
So that registration of birth is a bond. That's what
Is
they
it?
trade with, isn't it? Well,
Well,
that's
we
where
don't.
if you look it up,
Where?
that's
Where
what they're
do I
trading
go?
with.
Where do I go and look up for the evidence of that?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I can see what Mark's trying to say, and it's because, well, I mean, obviously we've all looked into this for years, but I mean, like for instance, you get a certificate, a birth certificate. Now, if you do actually look up the legal definition of certificate, it's supposed to be a token of something of value. And you probably heard João Jorge say the same thing about the one that they do on Portugal, which is the cedula, is it called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you actually look at the definition for that, I saw it somewhere. João or somebody else might be able to find me, but it is something like moeda papel or something like that. It's paper money. So I think, you know, this thing comes from all these definitions, but the problem is, it's like you say, we don't have proof. There are many, many people who've looked into this over the years, and there are many, many people who have found evidence that they do trade these things, which of course they're perfectly entitled to do, aren't they? Because they created it.
Yeah. That's where we need to break the fiction. Right,
Yes.
because because if we have Baron David Ward, and that's why I brought that to the equation. Yeah, so we have Baron David Ward constantly saying it was the straw man that won the case. He was not basing that statement because of no evidence. He had evidence to prove, to back his words, right? And what Mark brought to the equation, for me, I will consider a fiction. Because there is no evidence of anything, and we can never be making that claim because we wouldn't be able to provide the evidence. Right? Make sense, Mark?
I'm trying to get my head around it.
Okay, let's break the fiction a little bit more. Imagine that you are going to be taken to court in front of a janitor, right?
No.
And your course of action is to prove that there is the name is a commercial instrument. So you need to have, on discovery, you need to have all this evidence to back up your course of action. If you don't have any of it, how the hell are you going to come up with what? With opinions? With hearsay? Do you get my point?
Because you can. There's a guy who's been discharging with his birth certificate. So he goes into court and he discharges everything and just hands the birth certificate over. He has copies of them and he just hands them out. So
Okay, but that's hearsay, isn't it?
what do you mean?
It's hearsay. You have no first-hand knowledge of it.
Only than speaking with him.
Yeah. And it happened in what court?
He's in America.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. It could go nice for 1, 2, 3, 10, perhaps 100, but it will not go good for all of them. Do you understand? Because there is nothing to back it up. Probably, and this is just me speculating, yeah, probably they put just, okay, let this guy is completely crazy, and let him go. Yeah, discharge, because there is nothing we can do about it. Yeah. While, okay, so this is breaking the fiction to that point, yeah? We, with the affidavit, we have on Exhibit B what proves what Baron David Ward kept saying over and over and over and over and over again, yeah? It was indeed Mr. David Ward and the Warrington Council. 2 acts of registration. And the act of registration, Mr. David Ward has no liabilities under the act. So the straw man becomes king of the hill. Because it is king of the hill. Because when we go to Exhibit C, yeah, what do we have? A legal embodiment by an act of registration are created as equals by default and have a peer relationship by default. Yeah, makes sense?
Penny's not dropping.
What?
The penny's
Maybe
not
I'm not.
dropping.
Maybe I'm not expressing. Mia, can you please
No, not
put it
necessarily.
into
I'm
another
just.
words?
Have you read the Exhibit C, Mark, in the affidavit?
Yeah, I've read the affidavit a couple of times, but I'd have to look at it to know which Exhibit C it is.
It's the one with the graphic mark. It's
The
the one with,
material evidence of facts.
yeah,
I've
there
got
are
it in front of me.
3 columns. You'll see 3 columns. And it'll show you a hierarchy there. And it shows you the relationship between acts of registration. It's quite well laid out, actually.
Right, yeah, I've got it with all the boxes in. So there's the legal embodiment by an act of registration are created as equals by default and have a peer relationship by default.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm still trying to understand.
So what it's basically saying is, how can one have authority over another when they're on the same level? Does that make sense?
Thank you, Manoj. You're a star.
There you go. He's screen sharing.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Well, read
So
it out, Mark. It might help you to go in better if you actually read it out.
yeah, and it helps you break the fiction, because when we come to this is the material evidence that we can back it up because it's an act of registration. I can never make a claim that the name, the act of registration, is a commercial instrument. None of the guys that have been doing this for I don't know how long have any material evidence to back their claims. I never seen one. I don't know, Mia, have you ever seen anyone?
No, years and years ago, I did this stupid exercise on fidelity.com. You maybe come across it. And I put all the numbers in from the passport and the license and all that kind of thing. And yeah, it came up with all these stupid numbers. But that was a psyop, that was put out there. There was nothing reliable to take from that information. It was just pulling up something. So yeah.
We never ever saw them making that claim.
Well, no.
That should be something for us to look as well, because they are there, right? Imagine that now, like we have that guy Trudeau, that guy is a lunatic, So let's say that lunatic with all his lunacies, would come to the TV and say, no, now you will do as I say, because all of you, I own you all because I have all your bonds, right? And even if that's a possibility, even if that exists, well, it's fraud. It's criminal, isn't it? So they could never, ever, ever make that claim. The only claim that they make is that they govern by consent and they police by consent. Right? Okay.
And that's even in their written stuff. I mean, you're aware of it, I believe. Carla, Halsbury's law says.
I have it here. Yeah.
Yeah. Halsbury says, allegedly. Yeah, it's exactly what's in the affidavit.
Yeah. I got the Halsbury's Laws of England. I mean, what else? I mean, it's here. You guys wrote it. It's not me picking up or hearsay, so it's facts. So this is factual and this is fiction. How long are we going to deal with the fiction? It depends on us and how we wire our brains. Either we make our brains work to go and find the facts instead of continuously believing in the fiction, or we will continue to have the lies. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the everyone. Okay, any questions so far? Kyrie, you good?
I'm good. I'm writing it all down today.
Yeah. If you need us to repeat anything, just tell us, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Isabel Pereira.
Hello.
All good? All good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, I'm understanding everything so far.
Okay. And Anthony.
Good. Good.
Anthony, did you get it? Or do you want to sync with me? Oh, he probably is working. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, Anthony, don't worry about it. We will keep moving forward and syncing with each other. I had a laugh with that one. Okay, so next step. Let's break the fiction, everyone. Now, next question is, are we slaves? Yes or no?
Why are there only two options?
Because, well, you can have a maybe if you want.
Maybe, or it's a choice, or something like that, perhaps.
Okay, yeah, you're free to say what is it? Yeah. So you want to go with what? It's a choice?
Yeah, we're slaves if we choose to be.
Okay. Anyone else? Are we
No,
slaves? Yes or
no,
no? Maybe, perhaps.
no,
I
we are
still
not.
need to think. What? What did you
Depends on
say?
the occasion.
What did you say, Manoj?
No, we are not.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if it's a fact or if it's fiction, yeah?
I usually say we are educated, how we can call it. We study
Okay.
to be a slave.
Okay, Anthony is saying no because we have no master. Oh, Anthony, think again. You might be surprised. that could be one of that could be one of the equation into the fact of the matter. Yeah. So I cannot be a slave because I have no master, right? But are we slaves? That's the question. Who wants to answer? Anyone else?
We are not, but we become one.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go a little bit more on that?
No,
You want to expand?
so-called mentality or the so-called living makes you a slave. You are not, but actually the lifestyle people live, so you become one slowly or by, when you grow up, a time comes where you have to become a slave.
What?
There comes a time when you become a slave. Early, when you are born, you don't feel like you become a slave, but the so-called lifestyle or the mentality of people makes you slave.
Okay. So Anthony's saying, ever notice when you wear a suit to work, a shirt with a collar, a tie, cufflinks, all words used to describe how a slave is treated. Oh, it's getting hot. Is he factual? What Anthony is saying? Prajub, you are close. You are very close indeed in your observation. Yeah? Anyone else?
What were you saying, Prabjot?
I meant like we are not slaves, but we actually become, like, by time being, or the lifestyle we live or the people we live with or the mentality of the so-called society makes you a slave.
Is it by giving them the authority?
No, not the
It's
authority.
by giving them something.
Yes,
Kylie. Yes, you're close. Break the fiction, guys. Break the fiction.
not giving them consent, is it?
Okay.
I can choose to be a slave or not. If I choose
Yes,
to be
but
a
at
slave,
this, yes, wait, yes, but are we slaves? Okay, let's see. We are 13 in this call. Can we really factually say that we are not slaves? Can we
Oh,
factually?
I'm a slave, all right. I'm a slave, yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
right? Think facts. Think
Absolutely.
about the facts.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If I want to say that if you are
But the difference,
someone,
the thing here is that I'm aware that I'm a slave.
But
Yeah.
are you reversing that? Because you have a lot of things that you've been doing to reverse that, right? Your
Yes,
actions, words, and
I'm
deeds.
still doing, but I'm still living in a system, and I'm still a slave to it. Yeah. I'm doing a lot of
Okay.
I'm
So
just making
if
my slave life a
As
lot more fun and comfortable.
you
yeah,
are working, if you are giving,
Anthony is saying sweat and energy. Go make me a tea, Florbella, then. You slave. Go make a tea for
as I
No.
Anthony.
was saying, we can choose to be
Not
slaves
that
or
type of
not.
slave. Not that type of slave. But
By
in the end,
controlling
you
our
are.
name.
Okay, guys. So let's break this fiction, shall we? When you pay them, you are paying for your own slavery. When you pay them, you are paying for the wars and genocide. When you pay them to do these things, right? What do you need to do to break this?
Stop paying them.
Exactly. That's another thing that you've
Yeah.
heard or you can read many, many times Baron David Wood saying, stop moaning about it and stop paying the fuckers. I can hear him scream in my ears. Okay? With his own accents. Yeah, I love it so much. Yeah? Stop paying the fuckers. That's it. That's simple.
Well, you
Until
know,
then,
even in their fiction world, Carla, they say that slavery is forbidden, it's prohibited. Involuntary slavery is prohibited, but voluntary slavery isn't. So if we continue to volunteer, then they have no problem with that.
wow.
Every time we
Brilliant.
volunteering.
Yes.
Absolutely, because they're not even aware they're slaves, and
Yeah.
it's like, this is the way it is. That's the way it's always been, and let's continue because it's going to continue being the same way.
Yeah. Okay, so breaking the fiction is you are the power. Without you, they are nothing. You are the power. Without you, they are powerless. You are the power. Without you, they have nothing. Without you, they go hungry. You are the power. Without you, they are what?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yes. And why is this so important for you to have this to help you break the fiction? Because the men and women acting in those jobs They need you to keep paying for the jobs to exist. Right? So stop funding the criminals. And I'm not saying this, that you should stop paying things. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is little by little, every possibility that you have, start removing that funding. It could be with the TV license, stop funding the fuckers. It could be with the council tax, stop funding the fuckers. Okay? It could be with going to the big supermarket, stop paying the fuckers. If you want to create something new, you have to be able to start creating anew. So go to your local farmers. Yeah? Create new highways, new possibilities, new ways of being. So if you continue to use the things that they put out for you to be a slave, you are a slave. That's why I say all of us are slaves. Right? Did this fiction got broken? Anything else to add?
Not to ask, but to correct.
Okay, go on.
We, the living men and women, we are not the slaves. But through the fiction that has been created, because who pays the taxes? It's not you, it's your citizen, it's your fiction.
Yeah,
The fiction
that was what Anthony and Prajub were saying. Men and women are not slaves because they have no master.
Yeah, but it's our sweat. By the end of the day,
it's sweat and energy.
And energy that we convert into what we know as money, you know, even though we know it doesn't exist because all money is based on debt. So if it's below zero, it's debt. And below zero, there's nothing. You can have one coin in your pocket. You cannot have minus one coin in your pocket. Either you have one coin or two or three or four, or you have none. So they've created this illusion of debt, and basically, it's a system of usurping energy, human life. Actually, it is slavery by the end of the day, because the only thing that exists is the work that we do. We are the ones who build the houses, the cars, the roads. Yeah, we are the ones who do the work. These fuckers, they have never worked in one day in their lifetimes, because all they do is to sit in their offices to move paper. They only shuffle papers with your name and my name, or with the fictions, because they dwell in this fictional realm of paper. And so the slavery happens elsewhere, even though we are the ones doing the work. So like David Ward says, if you stop paying, you'd have at least 80% of your labor back to you. You know, you pay, you ask for a loan to buy a house. You pay for 3 houses, but you only keep one. Who keeps the other 2? These fuckers do, and they don't work. They never worked. The lawyers, the judges, even the policemen. What do? They do not create anything at all. They only stop you by the side of the road, and they say, okay, let me have some of your worth. And whenever they stop the cars, they only stop the workers' cars, because those big cars, they just go past. So
Yeah.
only the
Let me
working,
just. Yeah. Go
yeah,
on. Sorry. Go on.
yeah. They stopped the working cars, the working class, so to say, and because they know we are the ones that are working, and we are the ones who are actually generating the capital, and so they will find anything to fine you whenever they stop. So yeah.
Mm. Okay, so Anthony is saying, what did the slave owners use to purchase their slaves? Anyone? Yellow?
Gold?
To be honest, I don't know. I think it
Signature.
was. I think it was. Yeah, I was going to say the letter for them to have. Yeah, probably the signature. Yeah, probably. Yeah,
That's
I
what
would go.
I'm saying. We are educated slaves. If we're not educated, we work in the land and we eat from the land. We're not slaves.
Yeah. Wait, let me see what is. Oh, read this. Okay, he wants me to read it. Okay, so the highest paid jobs in society benefit us in society the least. The lowest paid jobs in society benefit us in society the most. The highest paid jobs, bank manager, account, and advertising executive. The lowest paid job, hospital cleaner, childcare worker, waste recycling worker. See the pattern in that? Explains why the country is in the state it is in. Seemingly, when they value management skills more than caring skills in our country alone, just shows the corrupt and disgustingly financially motivated world we live in. Rant over by Anthony Heat. Okay,
Much
so
more studying
oh
they
yeah,
go.
okay. So the answer to what did the slave owners use to purchase their slaves? A MasterCard. A MasterCard. I don't know if a MasterCard. I don't know. I can't. I can. I cannot.
They
Under.
used a MasterCard, which is like a Visa, but because they are a master, they use a MasterCard to buy their slaves. Oh my God, you're so.
Okay. Duh. Oh, come on, Anthony. Can you please put it with translation, Google Translation for me? Oh, a MasterCard. Now I get it. Yeah, because I
That's
was
why the
stuck.
guys when they have Mastercard, they are slaves to the Mastercard,
Yeah,
to the
true,
Visa
true.
card.
Yeah, true. Okay, because I don't have one of those, that's why I wouldn't get it. So, oh yeah. But I was thinking back in the day, from all the things that that we've read, I was thinking that the slave masters would give them how do you call it, the thing that they are no longer a slave and they had to sign. Do you know what I mean? So I was thinking
A
something
joker.
in those terms. What?
A joker. A joker
A
has no
joker?
master, is no slave. That's the
Oh,
answer for
that's
Anthony.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Do you
Okay,
know?
anyone, any
Do you
questions so
know?
far?
Do you know what was the law when Portugal abolished slavery? The name of the law.
No. Mm-mm.
In Portuguese, a lei do ventre livre. In English, the law of the free womb. Because
Oh, the free womb. Okay.
the free womb, yeah. You know who was the guy who signed that document?
I wait. I can't deal with Anthony, guys.
And
It
This
was
guy,
you're unstoppable. Unstoppable. Yeah.
he is, man. Even if he's not talking, he's writing. Okay, what did he write? Why did the slave go to college? To pick up his master's degree.
Degree.
yeah, but that's a fact.
Well, yeah. Now I'm reading it. Yeah.
We never had
He did it.
in our modern.
You know, there must be a reason why they call it the Divine Comedy, because this
Oh
is
my God,
so
it
fucking
is.
ridiculous. Really.
It is.
When you start analyzing all this, yeah, because like Loki's just said, it is. Because we're laughing about it, but that's what it is. You go and you get your
yeah,
master's degree. You
Yeah.
get to do what your master tells you what to do. And you see, the more time you spend in school, fuck
Mm.
me, the more indoctrinated they are.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
like,
right.
what
But
the fuck?
we never in the history, at least of the history that we have memory of, because obviously there were several resets and so on, but never in the history that of mankind, if I can put it this way, we had so many people with degrees but without jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guys who actually takes the master's degree in university, who do they become? Doctorates.
Mm.
Yeah. What's a doctorate? A doctor from the Greek is someone who shifts things around. It's like
Yeah.
an attorney. An attorney is someone who turns things around. So
Yeah.
a doctor is
Or
someone
the
who
one that
makes.
turns. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The doctor is similar, is the one who actually makes something look like something else that isn't not. So that's why in English you say something that has been doctored, something that has been tempered with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they the universities also, when you get into university, they do at least here in Portugal what you call the praxe.
Yeah.
The praxe,
Yeah.
it's a Masonic ritual, and if you don't comply or whatever, if you fail, you are not actually, you're always seen as someone less, and you'll never achieve these doctorate degrees in what is master's degrees of the highest level. And if you go to the Order of the Advocates, the web page, and look at the pictures of when they do their ceremonies and their graduates, whatever, celebrations, fuck me, when you look at those faces, those people, they are like soulless. They
Yeah.
don't have it. Yeah, these are the real fuckers. So only if you have, well, I know a guy who's like 25, 26 years old. He studied law, but then he didn't pass the examination for the Order of the Advocates, which is the bar association kind of thing, equivalent here in Portugal. It's an order. An order is something like it's like the Masonic order. It's a state. Well, what they say, it's a state within the state. No, it's not. It's a state separate from the state. So an order in their statute of the advocates, it says clearly there that they do not comply or they not submit under any of the organs of state of the state of the Republic of Portugal. What does that mean? I've asked this to lawyers, and they get really, really worked up. They cannot
Mm-hmm.
answer, or they don't want to answer. Does that mean that the Order of the Advocates is inside or outside of the Republic? Because if it's outside the Republic, they have no jurisdiction inside the Republic.
Exactly.
So, but it's all fiction, because by the end of the day, it's what's the Masonic order? It's an association of men and women. just like what the state is. It's a sort of a club. It's an
Yeah, with
association
their
of
own
members.
agenda.
Exactly. So we can do the same thing. We can create our own association, and that's what I spoke to Mena, because there are certain things that we actually need to act in like teamwork, because what these
Yeah.
fuckers have been doing like recently, the Azai, you know what Azai is, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's the economic police, basically. They have been going to the local markets, and you know that everywhere on the planet, the local markets are the way that people actually exchange goods and survive. And he has been done that way for thousands of years, right? So this is a customary thing that that the people actually do. You have your goods, you go in exchange for some other goods, but well, even if you use money, it doesn't matter. You go and get things that you need, that are locally produced, and obviously you're not paying. You avoid going to the big shops and the big markets and so on. So these fuckers, the Azai, have been going to the markets and with these militia. I don't even think they are GNR nor PSP, which are the local police. I think they are contracted
No, yeah,
security agency.
they are
Yeah,
separate. Yeah. Mm-mm.
yeah. These
They
guys
have
come
no
fully.
powers whatsoever.
Yeah, they come fully masked and armed,
Mm.
and they confiscate like in Monchique, they went to confiscate the
Yeah.
presunto.
Mm.
Like the production of presunto and chorizo. It's a tradition that goes for thousands of years,
Yeah,
right?
local.
Yeah,
Listen, print. I mean, I think Mena had it. I think it was last year. Print that code bar. Start going in and giving that to people in those markets. Yeah, you guys that you are there, start taking action. Don't forget. Words, actions, and deeds. It's your time now to start going and making people aware of the facts in Portugal. You guys are more than prepared to do that. Start
yeah,
small. Remember,
yeah,
start small. Start with three that are enthusiastic. 4, 5, 6, maybe. Okay.
yeah.
And stay there with them. The same thing that we did here, and start spreading those seeds, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Taking
yeah.
action.
That's what I'm saying. We need to create like junta, junta of the people,
Juntas
like we
tudo
say.
e deitas fora, não é?
Pois, espera aí, Leuque, porque a Carla sempre diz que é sempre um problema de juntas. Portanto,
Yeah.
se é juntar, não dá.
No. I mean,
I know.
what you can do,
I
what
know.
you can do, what
Yeah,
you can do is the same thing that we did here. Gather people in a bar
that's a
or
junta. That's a junta. You're gathering. It's a gathering. It's a junta.
exactly. Gather
Yeah.
people and like go for a picnic. People only learn when they are having fun, man. Make them have fun while you spread the facts. Print some of the affidavits and have them there for each one of them.
But that's what we have been planning. We haven't done it yet, but because now I've heard of several situations where this happened, and the local people. I mean, okay, there's some gypsies that have counterfeit clothing and blah blah blah. But what they're trying to do is actually eradicate the ability for the people to survive in the small businesses, small little activities, because obviously this is a corporate takeover, and they're trying to, to take control of everything. So this is actually terrorism against the people. When they come armed and the people are only trying to survive, many of them, that's their only form of income to sell a few goods, whatever they may be.
You know, I have a thing with that. You know, people, because they don't stand on their ground. That's why they go and do things that they think that is
Yeah,
illegal. You know, but
exactly.
once you educate people between the difference between illegal and legal and lawful
Yeah,
and whatever
yeah,
that will
exactly.
stop.
Exactly.
Because if they
Exactly.
are in the private, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Stop
Exactly.
funding
That,
the fuckers. Stop
exactly. So
funding the fuckers.
the
We
people are
created
scared.
them, we will destroy them. It's
Oh,
easy as
yeah,
that.
definitely. Definitely.
It's
There's no
our
doubt about
creation.
it.
Well, we
Yeah.
didn't know better, now we know. So what you gonna do about it?
The
Actions,
creator,
words, and deeds.
the creator is a destroyer.
Yeah. If it's not suitable anymore, well, let's create
Exactly.
something else, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
But
What is? Go
your
ahead, Manoj.
fiction was are we slaves? But the answer you said that if you are paying taxes and all that, then you are a slave. But people are choosing to pay all that. And you said that if you are paying those taxes, you stop funding them. You are saying that stop funding them. Then why can't it be that stop using their funds in the first place? Why are the people using their funds? Cash or
Do you
money.
have anything else? Can you bring something to the table? Is there anything on the table that we can start doing differently? Is the numbers already good enough for us to end this fuckery once and for all? We are 15 in this call, right? The groups have, I don't know how many spread through the groups. How many are taking action? We only have 3,500 leans at this point. So are we going to be waiting for the others, or are we the
No,
ones who are taking action, start creating anew? It depends on us, my friends. Forget
it
it.
has to
Forget
be
about
us.
this. Forget
Exactly.
about that one. It's you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
It's on you. That's why Baron David Ward used to say, if you don't do anything, liens or affidavit or wherever, at least pay it forward. Give the affidavit to someone else. I mean, we cannot be waiting for others to wake up or do. I mean, fuck you all, man. I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm tired of you guys be going one way, and I already want to go that way. Why the hell am I going to be waiting for you if you already make your decision? Okay, go ahead and live your fucking life. Let me go my way then. I've said this many times last year. It's not by chance, because nothing is by chance, that we are not in together. That's why we are all scattered around this
Scattered.
plain globe or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Because each one of us, it is where it needs to be, because it's just one tiny fucking flame to burn all the things that he needs to burn. Yeah. Let's break the fiction that the collective exists. Yeah, that's another fiction. Let's break that one, shall we? It's not the collective. It never existed. Well, I mean, it existed in the perspective of screwing you. Yeah. Because you can say that the guys that sit in Westminster, they are a collective. And what they've been doing? Fucking you over, right? You can say that the guys that are in the council that swear to their constitution, yeah, it's a collective. Again, what they are doing? Fucking you over. Yeah? How many times are you going to allow that these people continue to do the things that they've been doing because we didn't do anything, because either we were too scared, because we don't understand, because we are always giving excuses. Oh, because I can't read. Oh, because I can't do this. Fuck, do whatever it's inside of you. You can't do this. Okay, go after something else that you are good at. If you are good at talking to people, okay, pick up the motherfucking affidavit and start reading to them parts that resonate with you and start reading it. I mean, what do you guys want? That I become like a master of solutions? I have plenty of them because my imagination, thank God, or thank to me, yeah, it's wild and free, you know. But I am doing my part. And if you ask me, I don't even fucking know why am I doing it. Which is reading this document, reading and continue reading it, and then trying to break it down for you to like, okay, here you have it. You want to know a little bit more? Here. This is my interpretation. This is what I understand. Here, I can help you see things the way I see it, you know? So what is it that each one of us are doing? Mia is doing her part. She's amazing with her eyes, always checking, you know, and see, look at this, you missed this, you have this word, you didn't have this page number, you know, like many of us, we are all doing something. And that, my friends, I tell you, it's not wasted. It will serve a bigger purpose, but we cannot see it because we are not there yet. Done. Rant over, like Anthony says.
You mean to say
But
that we are still using money because there is no option? Because that is the thing now that is going on in the fashion, and when everybody stops using money, we will stop using money.
I mean, Manoj, you always get stuck in that part of the money.
Who is everybody? Do you
Yeah,
know?
you are always bringing up that subject. What is bothering you, man?
Who
Let's
is
break that
everybody?
fiction. Let's break that fiction now and
Yeah,
here and now.
let's
No,
break that fiction.
1 minute, look
Who
here. Can I speak? Or you speak, okay.
who is everybody?
That Carla said that.
Yeah. So who is everybody? You're the one who said that. Who you said that everybody
I didn't
uses
say
money, right?
everybody. I didn't say that.
You didn't say that.
Okay, so what is your thing with the money? Which is not money.
You only said that what new you are having on the table. I said, you said that stop funding
The
them.
fuckers.
Stop using the funds.
Yeah. What funds are we using every single day?
Money or
Debit
whatever.
What did you say, Mark?
debit cards. That's
Mm.
how we fund them. Every transaction that's made through a bank, they get 10 times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, there's a new iPhone coming
And there's
out.
another one. Who controls that? Not me, not you, them.
Yeah.
So let's create not something new,
Oh, there is
like
a
change.
new car that came out. Now I'm gonna break another fiction. Is really the government the problem here?
No, we are.
There isn't one.
Exactly, to begin with, right? So who is the problem? What do we have which is fact and not fiction? What do we have? Corporations, right?
And men and women in the office.
Exactly, right? So what do we need to do? Either we start looking.
You need to lean them and lean them over again and lean them again.
Lean them against the wall.
Like a dirty carpet.
Slap them against the wall.
Get another virus. That sent them all home.
Well, I don't think that will solve the problem of the cocaine, to be honest. It's just an amazing fuckery that we are living, guys.
It's not a virus. It's a fungus. We need to become a fungus, right? You know that the entirety of nature communicates, all trees, all vegetables communicate with one another throughout the whole planet, right?
Yep,
through the mycelium network.
Yep.
So we need to become that mycelium network, and that's what we are.
Yep.
We are not viruses because we are not.
What the admins are creating. That's why.
We've already been kept in the dark and fed shit.
Yeah.
No.
So what are we going to do about it?
They have. You know, this morning I was listening to a song from the 80s from Megadeth. And I'm like, you know, I was reading some posts of people. Oh, I started waking up, you know, like maybe 5-10 years ago or whatever. Some of them only woke up or started getting into this with this pandemic. And, you know, I realized, no, wait a minute. In the 80s, we already talking about this shit. And we were already going at it, you know, because I stopped declaring taxes in 1998. That was the last time they've got any records of me paying them, right? So they couldn't find anything.
Of your legal principle embodiment.
Yeah, exactly. My legal embodiment, because I mean, they have no clue about who I am or what's my state of health or whatever. And this the idea of the collective, it's very important, because a lot of people talk about, oh, the collective consciousness and the collective unconsciousness. This is all brainwashing.
Style.
Yeah, exactly, that they have given to humanity, because in fact we are the creators, right? We do everything and we create everything. These guys, they are totally useless. They do not create anything at all. They don't have that capacity. We do. Now, what do? They give us Hollywood and movies and, you know, like fashion shows and bullshit nonsense. And so they give us the ideas, but we are actually the ones who actually create. So people were watching TV. I threw my TV away, I mean, over 20 years ago, really. I haven't watched TV in a very long time, maybe 30. I don't even know. I lost count. Anyway.
Okay, Leopold, don't tell us that you are 150 years old. Come on, stop it now.
Well, no, I started counting back, you know.
You are like me. I stopped on the 27. No more counting.
Oh my God, you guys look good for 100 years old.
or 500.
Oh, 500. We don't know. Even that they've been telling us lies. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have Anthony saying, slap them so fast and so hard they will think they are surrounded. Yes. Amen to that.
Yeah. So what I was saying about the collective, and this is very important because people think that we will reach maximum peak, like the 100 monkeys syndrome or whatever they call it, when we reach critical mass. This is laughable because the mass will never ever be conscient, right? Because consciousness lives and exists only in each and every single one of us, in the individual. There is no such a thing as a collective consciousness. What you can have is a collective of consciousnesses. Like we are here, 16 consciousnesses, right? Each one of us are unique individuals. There is no such a thing. Each of and every single one of us, we are different and unique. Like you, there's only you in this entire universe. You can go wherever you want to go. You will not find another you, just like you, right? So the truth is the uniqueness of each and every single one of us. And if each and every single one of us make the effort, like Carla was saying, of doing what needs to be done, and if we gather the efforts, then we are collectively using our own individual consciousnesses. So there is no such thing as the collective consciousness. What there is a collective of consciousnesses. You see, of individual consciousnesses.
Creating the reality that they want to experience in this holographic simulation, because that's all there is.
Exactly. So they created this pandemic or this plandemic or this stupidity. We call it a palermia. And instead of pandemia, we say palermia. That's what it was. How did they manage to do it? By bombarding the population through their media channels for days and days and days in a row, giving them the bullshit stories that they have.
Lilky, again, that's our fault, man, because they've been repeating the same modus operandi for over and over and over. So we are the only ones to blame. Now, I'm not saying us that are here in the groups, or the people that are searching for something else, and people that are awake on different levels. Yeah, but there is two aspects of this equation. Yeah, so there is always one stream that is going to create one reality, and the other stream is going to create the other reality. In my opinion, because it's just an opinion, I have no factual evidence to support this. In my factual opinion, what I think is that if the ones that are paying attention to all of this and are feeling inside of them that, okay, there is something not right, they will be the ones that will create what's next. Okay, and the other ones will continue to be what they've been doing for over and over and over. And maybe they will stop to exist, and maybe we will split this into, like I was saying, two streams, and we are going to one way and they are going to another way. Or some of them might jump here, like we've seen it with the affidavit. Some of the people, they come to the affidavit and, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. Then they stop, then they go and change course. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. It's your reality. It's your perception. It's you doing what you think you need to be doing. And we are not imposing anything on anyone, right?
No. Exactly.
So,
no.
yeah. But
Um,
one of the
the,
things that we need to start to pay attention is, like I was saying, if I am aware and I know that I have the power to create a new reality, my action, words, and deeds will go towards creating that reality. I don't give a fuck if any of you are going to create it or not. I don't care. It's not my problem. You know, I have to be the one lightening the flame. And
yeah.
then probably you will light your flame, the other one will light their flame, and probably we will meet in
Somewhere.
the past. Because I think
Yeah.
that we are going into the past, not into the future. Like someone was
Yeah.
saying the other day, and I went on a very nice traveling, and yes, I can clearly see what he was saying to me the other day. We are
Exactly.
definitely going into the past. Yeah.
That's
That was me.
exactly the point.
Oh,
That
it was you, Mark.
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, bloody
that
hell,
was
Mark.
exactly.
I'm telling you, what a trip I did, man. What a trip I did. I think that was the most amazing, brilliant thing you could gifted me that day. Wow.
Shall I let the others know what it was about?
Yes, please do.
Okay, I travelled to drop some stock off, and on my way back, I came across the Jesus Christ Temple of London. So I thought I'd have a little nosy around, and I find myself looking at this massive statue of Jesus Christ, thinking, I wonder why I'm here, sat looking at this. And I left, and I'd probably been travelling about 15 minutes, and I come to a hill, and on the hill at the bottom was a roundabout with traffic lights, and there must have been about 60 cars sort of queuing up. And I came to a stop, took my foot off the brake, and the car went uphill. So I put my foot back on the brake, looked out the window and thought, this is a definite downhill slope. Checked my gear. I'm in first, clutch in. Took my foot off the brake again, and the car rolled uphill. Now, I couldn't do it again because I got close to the car behind, who must be thinking, what's he doing without his reverse lights on, coming backwards? So I sat there, freaked out a little bit. Obviously, I've just been sat in front of this massive statue of Jesus Christ and thinking, hold on, this is a little bit weird. Anyway, the traffic moved on. I didn't get through the lights. I just got further down the hill. And it did it again. The car rolled uphill when I took my foot off the brake. And as I was having this sort of weird reality of what the fuck's going on, something went through my mind, which I'd come across earlier on in the day, that the future is not the future. We are moving towards the past.
It's an analemma.
That's one of them.
It's an analemma. And that's exactly the point I was trying to make. Because, you see, nowadays, what Carla was saying is that, yeah, the people, society, and blah, blah, blah. The thing is that never in the history of our memory, they had access to so many people at the same time, because everyone is connected, or everyone is online. Everyone is on a leash, right? Online. So they can reach a real great number of people. But when you go back into history, our grandparents, they didn't even have a radio. And so they lived in little houses in the countryside. And each house had a well. Each house had a bread oven. Each house had a chicken coop and a vegetable patch. And they were practically autonomous completely, without having, the only thing that was connecting them to the system was one simple thing, was the religion or the church or whatever it is. But otherwise, they were actually freer than and more autonomous than what we do. They would only go to the town to buy some goods maybe once a week or maybe even once a month, depending on where the people were. So in less than 100 years, they have created these massive mega cities where actually that's what I call the concentration camps, thousands and millions of people. They are cities with millions of people without the capacity, or they don't have a clue what is autonomy or to live an autonomous life without the need to go and buy stuff. Because in those days, the milkman would come and sell the milk by the door, the fisherman would come and sell the fish, the breadman would come and sell the bread, and so on and so on. They decided, the long hook-nosed ones, we know who they are.
Private with private. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for touching in that subject. We have Manoj saying, why do you use the funds, which is not created by you? Stop funding, then stop using the funds. Being hypocrite doesn't change the fact. Manoj, you want to go a little bit more on this one? Oh, he left. He left. Okay, I left him a reply in the chat then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, anyone else
Well,
want
that's
to,
kind of
to dive?
easier said than done. I mean,
What?
that's easier said than done. I mean, I have a product, I sell it via the internet. How else do you have an exchange?
What do you mean? Well, you have a product that you sell, right? For faith and belief, right? Or for the so-called funds. Yeah?
Yeah. Which then I pass on to be produced more with.
Yeah. That's exactly where I was getting before, which is either at this point we are using those funds, because it's the only thing that we have.
What funds the funds?
The men and women behind it. Always.
The work that the men and women actually do.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing else. Everything else is faith and belief.
Yeah.
It's the work that millions and billions of people actually wake up every single morning to go and earn a living. And they have no idea what they're doing because they are actually going to go to work in exchange of tokens, which is pieces of paper or even digits in the bank account, which are not actually anything at all. What it really exists is the work that they do and we do. You say you have a product. That is what you do. The product that you produce is what is funding the funds that you're using, you say, to make more product. Okay, because this is the system that we have working of exchanging goods amongst one another, and we have the internet. You use this platform to exchange your product, and whatever it may be, it does not matter. What matters is what we create. This is what we actually do with our hands, with our minds, with our legs. Whatever you create, whatever you do, whether you're doing colloidal silver or you cooking a meal for people, or you're doing jam and selling in the market or whatever, it does not matter. What exists is matter. So the matter is what matters. What we do with the matter is what actually matters. Is the physical evidence of the real thing that we do. I mean, I'm enjoying some termoças. We call them camarão de rastolho. Conheces, Carla?
No, no.
O camarão de rastolho. Sabes o que é o rastolho?
No.
Rastolho is the grass, you know, the tall grass on the
Man,
fields.
don't forget I'm from the city, yeah. When I go there, you need to explain everything to me like I was a newborn.
But you know what
Não
termoço
diziam,
já?
não diziam que isso era o camarão do Eusébio, ou que era? Tremoços.
É o camarão de rastolho.
Pois.
Sabe, a Carla sabe o que são termoços, né?
Yes, that one I know, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, where do you pick them?
Where do you pick them? Oh, bloody hell, I don't fucking know. Shit, I've been eating that and I don't really know.
Até mas o tremoço não é um feijão, não é da família dos feijões.
Yes,
Exactly.
plant. Yeah.
On the land, you know, you get them on the land, on the fields,
Really?
not on the sea like the prawns, right?
Like the snails.
No, no, they have to be planted and harvested, obviously, right? But
Like
we
the
call them
corn.
camarão.
Like the corn.
Yeah, sort of like the beans. Yeah,
No, it's like a bean. It's almost like a bean.
like a pea. It's like a pea.
I never, ever asked that question. How is that possible?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
You know, and camarões you can only eat if you can afford them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the poor people, they eat.
What do you mean, the prawns? The prawns?
The prawns are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
my
can
grandma
only.
used to say is the prawns of the poor people.
Yeah.
Because as we cannot eat
afford
prawns
to buy
because
the
they're
prawns.
expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have.
We eat tremoços. Yeah, right.
It goes very well with the beer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you enjoy it as if they were prawns. So we call them camarão de rastolho, which is the prawns of the land. Yeah.
Bloody brilliant. I would never ever think about that.
And you know why they serve them in bars, don't you? Free.
No, why?
Yeah.
Well, because they're very, very salty and they make you thirsty, so you drink more.
Yeah.
It's a marketing ploy, nothing more. I hate the bloody things. I don't touch them.
That's why they put the popcorns in all of those salty motherfuckers. I used to eat that a lot and I used to ask more and more. But I don't drink, so I was okay. I just wanted to eat for free. Oh my God. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, moving on, guys. Moving on. What a lovely night breaking the fictions. Well, I have plenty of them broken by Loki right now. Okay, Kyrie, are you still with us? Are we entertaining you? Kyrie? She went to sleep.
No, I just went to get some water. Yeah, I'm listening to it. I'm learning quite a lot today. It's very interesting.
Oh my God, tell me about it. I've been learning something that I never knew about it.
The very first bit that you said about David Barron with the legal fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of, that's kind of got it now. So we're both, the legal fiction and the council, we're kind of the same.
No, you have a peer relationship, yeah.
Yeah.
By an act of registration, yeah.
Right, because that's what I'm trying to get
Yeah,
everything
but you
because
are, but you're much bigger. You're
Yeah,
much higher
you are
because
more powerful.
yeah,
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 because
yeah,
there's material behind your
legal embodiment.
exactly.
Mm.
And the council doesn't have a man or a woman behind it.
uh-huh. Yeah, it's just a corporation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Brick
Yeah,
and mortar, to be honest.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to learn and really get involved with it because I've got about a group of 10 people and
Yeah,
I've passed it on to them and we're trying to all learn it together. So I break it down to them when we next meet.
yeah. Okay. You can take anything from the channel. Feel free, yeah? You can
Yeah,
create a group, take everything. It's all free. Yeah?
yeah. I am passing it all over. They are
Yeah.
just
And
like they're just stuck on the very first, the presumption of laws. They're just stuck on that. They're trying to read all of that now.
okay. Well, if you want, what we can do is, like I did for the Portuguese, is we all read the affidavit exhibit by exhibit. We did this every week.
Yeah,
We can
that's
start
brilliant.
doing it in English, so you can then take to them.
Yeah, that's
And
brilliant.
yeah, and as we go, because what we normally do when we are reading the affidavit, we start on Exhibit A, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and then we go explaining why it's written like that, identifying the Boolean grammar, yeah,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's
because
really
those are
important.
those are things that are not written there, so you have to like explain or break it down a little bit more so it can sink in on people's head, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they find hard. Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, I can't do it," and you have to try.
Okay, so we can start doing that. So next week or the week before, I can start doing the same thing I did for the Portuguese, and we start with Exhibit A, and we go through the reading the 12 presumptions of law. And if anyone wants to join in, feel free to come because each one of us will read a section
Oh, yeah,
because
good.
it's easier because you need to learn how to read most of the times. Because
Yeah,
most of the times when we read like the presumption of public oath is that all members of the private bar guild, yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
no,
true.
I don't. Yeah, I don't do that. I make you read each word, so you will understand what you are reading.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah,
Okay, we have a deal. We have a date.
yeah.
So,
Okay, when you're gonna put that on the post?
yes, we will do that.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Okay, so anyone else wants to add anything else?
Carla, I
Yeah,
would love
all
to
good.
join this one which you will be doing in English with Kyrie.
Okay, come and join us then.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will post it. So when you see that I will post each exhibit.
Yes.
Yeah, and we do it. How many weeks did it take, Florabella? It's what 6 weeks, 8 weeks. It took us.
Yes, yeah, about that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, about 8
yeah,
weeks, I think, 2 months.
yeah. But you will get
Yeah,
a
one and
good
a half, 2 months.
yeah. Yeah, you will get a really good breakdown of the affidavit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's move on and go to break another fiction. And this one is no one can sign a contract on your behalf. Why?
You're afraid that no one can sign a contract on your behalf?
No, it
Or
wouldn't
No
be
you have
valid.
one. Yeah.
It would be an invalid contract.
Yeah. Why?
Well, because it would be fraud. Who can sign on your behalf except yourself? You
unless
can't.
they have your power
Uh,
of attorney.
Unless they have your
or unless there is an unless. Yeah.
Unless they have your power of attorney, they can certainly sign a contract for you.
Exactly. So no one
Because
can
I've done
sign a
that. Yeah.
contract on your
hmm
behalf without having what?
Your consent.
Without having what? Okay, another thing that you will hear or you will read Baron David Ward say a lot of times, which is the pen is mightier than the sword. So no one can sign a contract on your behalf without having
Your legal
Your
consent and
a
power of
pen
attorney.
is mightier than the sword. And
Your
now
written consent.
I will say another thing from Baron David Wood, yeah? If I had £1 for each time I have to repeat the same fucking thing over and over again. Oh,
Legal.
no. Come on,
Pen,
guys.
a pen,
The pen is
the
mightier
pen.
than the sword. Okay, so Anthony is saying agreement. Okay, Anthony, break down that one a little bit more.
wet ink
A legal contract.
signed by a hand of a man or a woman.
You're almost there. Okay, guys, no one can sign a contract on your behalf without having what?
A pen,
Yes. With what?
Without
ink,
having a hand to write it
With
with.
ink.
Power of attorney.
wet
Okay,
ink.
we got that. We got that. Okay, so the power of attorney goes if the question involves authority. So for them to have your power of authority, it means that you did what?
What
What did you do?
you signed a contract. With
I
what
don't know.
ink?
Unless we give our power of attorney.
With what? You cannot just give. What do you
With a
With
need?
our
signature.
signature.
With written
Oh,
consent
bloody hell.
and a wet signature.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Signo.
The
It's
sign of nature.
it's a sign
Yes.
of nature. You know
Exactly.
what validates the work of art of an artist?
Exactly. The sign of nature.
Exactly, because it's only a
Okay.
living man or woman that actually gives
Okay. So
puts
no
the sign.
one can sign a contract on your behalf without having your signature on the paper, giving them authority to do so. Yeah?
Yes.
Good.
Authorizing, author IB. There's no such thing as an authority. Authority, someone assumes to be an authority because they wear a different uniform or a different piece of clothing or whatever. Authority can only be given by consent or taken by force.
Okay,
So,
let's break another fiction because this one is not over yet, okay? So, if we establish this, yeah, can Rishi Sunak sign your employment agreement for you?
No.
Can Rishi Sunak
Who's that?
sign your will for you?
Who's that?
No.
Can Rishi Sunak sign your bank account for you?
No.
Rishi
So,
Sunak is the British Antonio Costa.
yeah,
Yes.
it's the monkey boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does this mean? And this by, oh, I wish I could do his accent. By the very own words of Baron David Wards is, we never broke the contract. You never signed the fucking contract. Okay? Is that clear? Is that fiction broken?
Yeah, because there's no contract.
Ta-da! Your power of attorney is with you. It always has been with you.
Yeah.
He
Yeah?
can't even provide the evidence that he has been elected.
Exactly. Yeah? And well done, Kyrie. Well done. Okay, anyone has any fiction that wants to break? Anything that you guys think that is there anything? Okay, I will continue then. Have you any obligation under acts and statutes?
No, they don't exist.
Why? It's
They don't
not
exist.
just a no.
Oh,
It's not just a no.
they've been binned years ago.
I can act as an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
They only apply
Do
to
you?
members of the public.
What?
They only apply to the members of the public.
Okay. Do you have any obligation under acts and statutes because your name was registered?
No,
No.
Why?
Because I never
because
give
I
my
didn't
power of
register it.
attorney to be governed by those statutes.
Go
And
read the chat. Go read the chat. Anthony is on the moosh. Go read the chat, guys. What did Anthony said? Nobody can create an obligation for another. Right?
yeah.
Yeah, and Anthony goes and says that an obligation can only exist in a valid and legal contract. The same goes for liability. Yeah? So, in the absence of any legal agreement signed by both you and the other party, yeah, where you have transferred your power of attorney to be represented by this amazing creatures of the statute, you are not liable under their policies. Like Mark was saying, their policies only applies to who, Mark?
The pubic.
Yes, the pubic. Amazing. I love that one. I'm going to steal that one. The pubic. Is it curly, wavy? Okay. Let's move on.
Carla, just as a little interval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
Rishi,
go smoke cigarettes?
no, I've got mine here by the side of me. Rishi Sunak's been mentioned, yeah.
Yeah.
Does the name Suella Braverman mean anything to anybody?
Suella Braverman is his wife? No.
No, she was the Attorney General. Grant Shapps.
Chaps. Graham?
Grant Shapps. Yeah, okay. Well, he was the big bug for DVLA. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're just names. Matt Hancock, another famous one. Priti Patel. Well, Sajid Javid. Yeah, he's quite.
Yeah. That one,
You know they've all got Dun and Bradstreet numbers, don't you?
Yeah, I've seen that in 2021. Yeah, even the Portuguese guys have it also.
Yeah, do you know I've had a look for that, but I can't seem to find it. I don't know. The English UK ones are easier to find, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, but I found the Antonio Costa and Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa. But I found those two in Duns and Bradstreet. I'm gonna see because I have them. Those files that I send you from Duns and Bradstreet. Remember, for you to put in a file from the council and the police and the firefighters and whatever you. I downloaded them at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you then.
Yeah, send it. That would be handy to have.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's the old story, you know, they're protecting the man.
That's why exactly, because that's why they never go, nothing happens to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's under the corporation, it's a registered name. And the other one, the Boris, his name is way bigger than the one that he was under when he was in office.
Alexander de Pfeffel.
What?
Yeah. Alexander Boris de Pfeffel. Yes.
Yes.
You know he's from Jewish lineage, don't you?
Yeah. I found it not that long time ago when I found out about those guys. I didn't know. I'm telling you, I was to Florbella and Mena like, what the fuck is going on here, guys? Yeah, I didn't know.
Alexander Boris what? What's his
Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson.
Yeah.
The faithful.
The faithful.
Yeah.
Ah, defectful. It's full of defects.
Also. Yes, also. Yeah.
Defectful.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's another little piece of trivia that I'll share with you. It's just to know. It's just something else to piss you off, you know. You've heard the term creative accounting before, yeah?
Yes.
Creative accounting. In other words, there's always two sets of...
Creative accounting, creative easing, yeah?
No.
No, quantitative easing. No, not that.
No, it's called creative. It's basically fraud. But what I was going to tell you about was many years ago, and I don't even think I could find the information again, but it was an American guy who did this research on what they call the CAFA reports, the Comprehensive Annual Financial Reports. In other words, when these councils say that they're bankrupt, so they don't have any money, they're talking about the accounts that are shown to the people, the accounts that you have access to. But there's always a second set of books that nobody ever sees, you know, where they make all these investments and invest in stuff with the money. And they've got loads of money on the side that nobody else, well, certain people are aware of it clearly, but, you know, the regular John and Joe don't ever get to find out about it. But yeah, there's always two sets of books, the hidden set and the set that theoretically the folks have access to. So, yeah.
I mean, it's easy when you start breaking everything down to the simple equation, and I tried to go that way. When I start reading, and I did, okay, if we are 67.3 million just in the UK alone, yeah, and each one of us pays 92, no, at the time was 85% tax. Where is all that money?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Where is it? Because even the calculator cannot do that equation.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It all goes.
definitely.
It all goes into one singular pot. I know over there it's called the Consolidated Fund or something like that. All this so-called tax and duty and all this kind of thing's supposed to go. And then they divvy it out from there, you know, they divide it up from there. But I mean, to get your head around it all, I couldn't do it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony is saying, in the absence of an agreement, there is a disagreement. If you didn't agree to it, it's illegal. Legal is by agreement. Transport minister. Who was that? The chaps boy? No. It's a liability thing.
That's him, Grant Sharps. Yeah.
Here in Portugal, we just had another one resigning. The Minister of Defense. It's the 13th one already. Yeah, these fuckers are abandoning ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys been taking notice if the ones that are abandoning ship are the ones that had liens on them?
I haven't checked.
Okay, you guys need to check.
Yeah. I've been a bit away lately.
Yeah, like create like a thing on what do you call it? A sheet. Yeah, with all the liens that you guys been doing, and then once in a while go and check if they abandon ship. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy was involved in high-level corruption. You know, he was doing, contracts where there was not even anybody to do the job. You know, so he created some fictitious contractor of which he paid like a few thousands of euros, and and there was nobody there. So obviously, it was corruption. It was the judiciary police that was investigating. What do they call it? Operation. Oh shit! I can't remember now. Operação. Well, I don't know.
Fairy tale. Operação Fairy Tale.
Something like that. Yeah, whatever they do.
Oh, okay. Let's move on. We had our break. What time is this? Are we good, or we finish this one and we wrap this one here? What do you guys say? Or do you want to go for one more? Breaking one more fiction. Yeah?
Yeah, one more then.
One more then. Okay, let's go. So, let's touch on the subject. And this subject is UCC. What is UCC? You can tell me what it stands for, and then let's break that fiction.
UCC.
UCC.
Commercial Code.
One at a time.
Uniform Commercial Code.
Yes.
I thought she meant UCC. It's like she's standing in front of a body of water. UCC. Okay, sorry. Wrong
Very
Well,
good.
wrong
it's
thing.
it's the same thing. It's the same.
Wrong fish. Wrong fiction.
Wrong fiction. Wrong
But
timeline. Sorry.
but
Gotta
the
move.
but the same but the same fairy tale. Don't worry about it.
It's exactly the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. So, has anyone ever signed the UCC agreement?
Not guilty.
I don't remember.
Anyone else? What is UCC? So it stands for Uniform Commercial Code. Look at the words. Break down the words. What did I ask? Has anyone signed the UCC agreement? It's a it's a silent communication.
Well, not me.
Yes.
Definitely not me.
Yeah. Okay. We get an agreement on that. Yeah.
Well, everyone else seems to be doubtful about whether they did or not.
No, 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 no.
Go read
I
the chat, guys. You have a major help in the chat. Anthony is backing you guys so much.
I see the sea almost every day, but I never signed anything.
Okay. Guys, what did I ask? Pay attention. Why is it so important to pay attention at the words? Because it's through the words that you break the fiction. Has anyone in this call signed the UCC agreement? Now, what does UCC stands for? Uniform Commercial Code. Cri cri. Cri cri. Is this a very
Well, not
major
me.
fiction?
I was brushing my teeth. I couldn't answer, but no, I've never signed anything like that.
Why? Why didn't you sign it?
Well, is my
We
wet
never
signature on it?
Okay.
No, I wasn't there. I never
was
created
no
that. I
full
never signed
disclosure.
anything.
Okay, I see that this one is a
Fact.
little bit hard for you guys.
Yeah.
We weren't invited. We weren't invited to the party to sign it.
Well,
Yeah.
because it's a
I
code,
was
guys.
just about to
I
go.
said pay attention to the fucking words. Has anyone signed the UCC agreement?
Nobody
No,
did.
because
Nobody.
it's a code. Oh, come on, guys. Break the fiction.
It's a
Come on.
code. It's not an agreement, though. It's not an agreement. It's a code.
I was telling you. Come on. This one was easy. It's
Yeah,
a
but
fucking
you
code.
were asking, did you ever sign the agreement? And obviously, you know, we're gonna say no, we never signed it. But it's a
Yeah, but you
code,
have to
so
break
there's no agreement.
the fiction. No, it's the answer, but the why.
But yes, it's not an
It's a
agreement.
code. Yeah, it's a code.
Yeah, they just said, okay, it's gonna be like
because
this
it's a
and it's gonna
code.
be like that
It's a code for what? It's a code for what?
Commerce.
for commerce,
For commerce.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay, guys, read what Anthony is saying on the chat, please. Irony is, it's a code, but it's a set of laws governing commercial trades. Which one is it, for fuck's sake? A law or a code?
Yeah.
Okay? So, when people use, or in their signature, UCC, what are they doing? Right?
Well, they are
Can you,
entering into commerce.
no, you are committing fraud, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it doesn't apply to.
It doesn't,
It
yeah,
doesn't
so why the
apply.
hell are you using it? Because it's a set, like Anthony was saying, it's a set of laws governing commercial trade.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Yeah.
So what the hell are you doing by,
Slave trade.
yeah,
It's a slave trade. Yeah.
And
okay.
it's probably another thing that's copyrighted anyway. So
No,
So
it doesn't exist.
the UCC has no enforceability, and the government only make claims under what?
Constitution.
Ah, fuck, Luke, come on, break the fiction, man. Go read the chat. Anthony
The
is
government.
writing. Go read the chat.
The government makes claims. The government cannot make
Okay,
a
wait.
claim.
Oh, but they
The
do.
women.
Oh, but they do. The men
Yeah.
and
No,
women acting in the office of, they make claims. No, Anthony, no. Mm-mm. The UCC has no enforceability, and the government only make claims under
the acts and statutes.
exactamo, under statute.
Mm-hmm.
Never under UCC. Right? That's what I just said. Yeah, but you missed the statute. That's the very important one. It's not just acts. It's acts and statutes. Mr. Anthony Eath.
never under a code.
Oh, that. I mean, if you didn't break that one, I mean, come on, guys. Come on.
That's exactly what
So,
they do here, Lucky, isn't it? That's what they do
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Código.
exactly. Once you start to break the fiction, you will see that it's really easy to dismantle the claimant that is in front of you or that is sending you poisoning letters. Yeah. So UCC cannot function alongside with what?
with government.
Statues?
What? What did you say, Kyra?
Statues?
Did you say statute?
Yeah, acts and statues.
Oh, yes, correct. So UCC cannot function alongside with statute. Right? Because one is a code that governs what?
Commerce.
Exactly. Right? And the statute is what?
It's not an
The
act.
fiction.
No.
A
Come on.
statute is
Baron
a
David
statute.
Ward. Yeah, Baron David Ward speaks about this relentlessly. What is a statute? And I made a post this week about that. Oh my God, go read the chat. Go. Who's beating me?
A legislative rule
Let
given force of law
overflow.
by the
Bye.
consent
Make a
of the
pause. No, 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 no,
government.
no, 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 no. Make
By,
a
yeah,
pause. Bye, because it's the most important part of this thing. By.
yeah.
The by creates what?
The
What the by
bond,
create?
Dependency.
Legal
legal
dependency.
dependence.
Right? Okay. Now, who is beating me that hard? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go slam my head in the freezer door. It's so stupid. Legal dependency. Am I being paid for this? Of course you are. We can send you all the faith and belief that you want. I mean, what type of question is even that one? Of course you are. Okay, so what else? Now, by the very own words of Baron David Ward, UCC is another book for the village idiots. And the village idiots do read something like that. And because, to some degree, it offers some advantage, then that's the gold dust. It's the God Almighty answer to statute. Yeah? Let's not forget that all the state offices are totally compartmentalized, which means they cannot, under any circumstances, interact with each other. Right? This one is broken. So, UCC is a book of fairy tales. This is why people saying that it works, they can't publish their results and can only do what? Elude you. Right? Yeah? Make sense? Everybody's with me so far? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? Are we good for
All
today?
sleeping. Everything else sleeping. Everyone is sleeping.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, that's it. That's it for today. I've been breaking fictions since I've been breaking fiction since 9. Yeah, and with very much help with my Anthony by my side on the other side.
Anthony
Yes.
says it's written by butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers.
Indeed, it is. Okay. Let's go one by one, see everybody is okay and how it was. Prajub, are you still awake? I know in India it's very late.
Yes, I'm awake.
Yeah? Did you take some notes?
Yes, I've written many notes. I think I need to get a lot of more knowledge about it. I
Okay.
feel like I was not aware of many things.
Yeah. like many of us. Don't worry, it's a process.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank
Tiago
you so
André.
much.
Oh, you don't speak English. You only speak parla français. Je ne parle français. Non, non, non. Non, non, non parle français. Tu vas tomber, tu vas tomber.
Sorry.
Yes, no parla français. Ok, Joaquim José. Joaquim José também já deve estar a dormir, coitadito. Ai, não, está acordadito. Mas está sem pio. Pronto. No internet, my friends. Samuel. Oh, Samuel, tu hoje conseguiste vir à call. Que coisa mal linda. I'm speaking. No, you're not. No one can listen you. Joaquim, try to leave and come back again.
How to speak French, I like it. Allô, allô, I will say this only once.
Okay, Joaquin, don't worry. It's not working. Move on. Samuel.
Também não.
Yo, Samuel. No, Samuel. Anthony. Oh, Anthony. I know your mic doesn't work. Oh. Did you like the call? You were so helpful. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I didn't say that. Okay, what did you say then? Did you enjoy the call? A few minutes later. We will wait. Yes, thank you. Felt like I was hosting it most of it. As always, Anthony, you are a very good host.
Exactly.
A very good host. Patricia.
You're welcome, Anthony, as well. Yeah.
Yes, you are all welcome. Oh my God. Patricia. Yeah, Patricia went to bed already. Octo.
I'm enjoying a lot.
You did? Did you break a lot of fictions? Did Anthony did a good job?
Very good.
Very good job. Anthony is always good. His
Even
English
if
is
he's not
brilliant.
speaking.
Mark, are you still awake?
Just.
Was it good?
Terrible. How am I going to live with my reality now?
Oh my God, blame it on Anthony then. It was terrible. He's the host. He did a very nasty job. Anthony, do you hear this? Very nasty job. Did we break a lot of your reality? No, it was good, wasn't it?
It is. It's sometimes easier to take in like this than to just sit and reading.
Yeah.
You know, I think we all learn different ways. I mean, I've got to read something over and over and over again but when we have these sort of chats, the penny drops with certain things, so it does help. So thank you.
Yeah. I find it myself that I like it to learn while I'm laughing, because it seems like it sinks in better. So
Well, I think it's when you almost point out the nonsensical side of things, where it just doesn't make sense. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's nonsense. It's just, well, I was going to say bollocks, but in a sense, some of it just seems like that, doesn't it?
I think it's harder for some people that went through all the other jibber jabber. You know, there's a lot to unplug.
Mm-hmm.
For me, because
Yeah, I mean,
I came to this and went straight to the affidavit. I think it was easier because I didn't know nothing about nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've come through lots of the other different stages of common law and trusts and all of that. So it is unweaving, because some of it seems to tie in, and then you have to just unravel it a little bit to realise that, okay, you've just sidestepped with that, and you just need to pull back on track a little bit. So it's just pulling yourself back in alignment a little bit from having learned and taken in other information that you just need to let go of, and keep it a little bit more simple in a way, because really it is simple.
Yeah.
When you've got the information in there, it is quite simple, really. When you get it. Not that I've totally got it, but I can see that really the basics of it really is it's quite simple.
I think this part of breaking the fiction helps a lot.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by the simplicity of it. It's maybe I'm using the wrong word.
No, yeah, it makes sense.
It's like there's been so much confusion with it, but once you start moving all that confusion out of the way, you basically come to something that's quite basic and simple, really.
Yeah.
But it's shifting all that crap out of the way to get to it.
Mark, may I ask you something?
No.
Okay.
There is no agreement.
I'll just read out there.
Go on,
He's learning.
Go on.
No, I was just going to ask, whereabouts on the realm are you?
I'm on Surrey Way.
Okay, so yeah, you've relocated. It's just that I detected a Lancashire twang.
Oh, well, I did in my early years.
Okay,
Did well,
no
because most people go for Yorkshire, and I did school in Yorkshire.
No, I could.
That's why every time he's speaking, I kind of sense like it's Scott speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's why I asked him the other day where he was from, because it's up that way.
That's why.
But I've been out of that neck of the woods for 20 years.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's still there.
It's still. Wait till I speak to my dad, and then the next day it's fully there.
Yeah. So where were you actually born?
Rochdale.
Okay, so not too far from Warrington then.
No.
And where are you from? Yeah.
Sorry?
Where are you from originally?
Oh, heavens above, where do you want to start? Cumberland. Lake
Where
District.
is
I
that?
was born in
Where
the
is that?
South
In what?
Lakes. Well, they
In
call it
where?
They call
In
it
Wales?
Cumbria now, but it was Cumberland when I was born. It's called Cumbria now, which is the South Lakes.
Yeah, can you situate me, please? I don't
Well,
know what that is.
northwest. Have
South
you
of
heard of
Scotland.
Yeah, it's a good bit south of Scotland, but yeah, on the northwest.
Okay.
So it's
Because when you speak, your English is so clean.
oh really?
Yeah,
Too
yeah,
funny.
that's what I heard. That's what I hear. It's
Yeah, but
clean. It's
oh, that's odd because you see, I only lived there until I was 7, and then we went to Yorkshire, close to where Scott is.
yeah, but you don't have the same thing that they do.
Oh well, no, darling, because I was schooled at a convent, you see, and I took elocution lessons.
Ah, that's what. You see, even now you said no, darling, and I'm like, oh bloody hell, she's so cute.
No, I can be like Scott if you wish. I can be dead broad Yorkshire, and you won't understand the bloody word I'm saying. But
Oh, now I like it.
I
Yes.
don't talk like that very often. That's
You got to throw T's in.
Yeah, but it's funny because I understand Dave and I understand Scott amazingly well. Maybe it's because I don't know.
kindred spirits. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I
Yeah.
should sound posher now I'm down south.
Yeah. You're into the posh side now.
Very. Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Who else? Kyrie.
Yeah.
You are in Australia, right?
No,
No? Where
I'm in,
are you?
I'm in Hertfordshire.
Oh, yeah. Good to know. I don't even know where I am. The other day, someone asked me, whereabouts are you? And I'm like, I think I said East Devon. And then, I said North Devon or South Devon. And then I was like, it doesn't sound right.
That was me.
So I had to
That
go,
was to me.
oh, again. Oh my God.
Is it?
Yeah, and then I had to go and look. And I'm like, I know I'm in East Devon.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
never.
nice.
So whereabouts is that you say that you just said?
Hertfordshire. It's just outside London.
Oh, okay, not far then. 4 hours for me. Yeah.
Oh. So how
Yeah.
long did it take you to actually think to get it all together with the affidavit? I mean, you knew that David Barron as well. How long did it take you for all this to sink in?
I served. Oh, it took me about. So I got to the affidavit in June 2020. Then I started to translate it to Portuguese. Then I served it in November of 2020.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think that helped me because I had to translate it and I had to ask questions to Baron David Lord because we had to add something to my affidavit for Portugal because we have a constitution. So he had to write me something for me to have there. Yeah,
I mean,
because there were the words. Yeah.
Portugal's doing quite well with it, aren't they, really? I was hoping like Greece. I mean, like I come from Cyprus. I was hoping they will start it as well, but
yeah, we have someone that started in Greece. It's in the she's in. I send it the affidavit for her as well because of the Constitution. Yeah. You
brilliant.
have it. You just need to look in the files in the I don't know if it's the one from Anthony, probably the one from Anthony, I don't know, or security by way of lien.
Is it
Yeah, it must
translated
be.
though or not? Did they
Well,
translate it?
yeah. Well, the thing is, she only translated the decree and the affidavit. The rest went in English because it's yeah, it's a common language. So
That's brilliant. Good. It's good to know because I can pass that on as well.
yeah, and we have Tiago here who did for Belgium, wasn't it, Tiago? So we have quite a
Yeah,
few. We have
Belgium.
we have Jaffin that did for India as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Jaffin. Yeah, it's very good.
yeah, we
So,
have for Australia, Canada.
oh,
I mean,
amazing.
yeah, we've been moving
Oh, it's brilliant.
slowly and steady. Yeah,
Yeah,
Atlantis.
don't forget
oh
about
yeah,
Denmark.
in the Atlantic,
Hmm?
in the Atlantis, we have João Martinho in the Atlantis.
That's brilliant. That's
Yeah, we've
excellent. That is.
been. Yeah, what you were saying, Mia?
In Denmark too, Tommy Dew's been
Oh
very.
yeah, Tommy Dew in Denmark. Yeah.
Karen, I think he's been schooling Karen, I believe, that's recently joined.
Okay,
She's on board too.
good. Yeah. Okay, Kyra, give us your overall from today.
From today, well, it's
Yeah.
breaking everything down, really looking at it and breaking it down. Yeah, and just I've got to keep going.
Yeah. That's it.
I just don't want to let it go. You know, I've been like looking at it, but obviously it's quite hard because like I've got my father with dementia. It takes a lot of time and my work, and like when I have a bit of time, I look at it and read it. So it does take a bit out of me.
Yeah. But slowly and steady. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what
It's,
you are doing, it helps a lot as well because you need to comprehend it really nice. Because when people start to ask you questions, you will know what to say. And if you don't know, don't worry, be humble and say, I don't know, but I will take a note and I will inquire with someone that knows.
Yeah, that's what I tell him. I don't want to give the wrong kind of answer.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for your time. It's amazing that you give so much time to all of us.
Yeah, it's pay it forward. That's it.
It's really good. Yeah.
Okay,
you.
who else? You're very welcome. Who else we have? Oh, Mena, how was it? Mena, you went to sleep also?
No, I forgot where the button of the mic was. It was funny to remember again some terms that sometimes we forgot to use it because the words are spells, and these words and these fictions, we have broken down all these fictions with these words that we learn from the affidavit. It's a very good way to educate ourselves as well.
Yeah, and to revive. You guys did all this last year in Portuguese, so yeah, it's like bring it all back, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's like riding a bicycle. Once it's in, you can never take it out.
Yeah, exactly. Once you know the truth, you can never do it on the opposite.
Yeah.
You cannot live your life knowing the truth and living in a lie. So you have to stand on your truth and be have integrity. I don't know the English.
Yeah, integrity.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the most, for me, it's the most powerful word that I always have with me. Integrity. Stay on your truth. Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant, brilliant. João Martinho.
It was very funny to be this time with some English guys
Guys and gals.
and
Guys and
girls.
gals.
Yes. So it's funny and it's very good to see how they are interested in learning and know much more. It's very good.
Yeah. That's it.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
João Martinho.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, my mans. How is Atlantida?
Perfect. Sunny.
Perfect weather. Yeah.
Now it's not sunny.
No?
It's moony.
It's loony. Isn't it always?
Yeah, no, it's moony.
Yeah, was
It's
it good
dark.
for you too to remind?
I was inside and out of the call, but it was okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't check for everything, but in English it's different and we learn a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. You
But
always had something.
yeah, we always listen to something and something sticks in our brains.
Are you trying to say that my Portuguese last year was shit?
No, no. But in English, when you were saying that you were wanted to say the things like David Ward, I was hearing his voice in my mind.
Yeah.
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 I was hearing the fucking government. I was listening to that.
Yeah.
You were talking and I was just listening to that voice.
Yeah, me too.
So
Me
it's
too.
different.
Every time I read his words, I'm like, oh bloody hell! I wish I could do his accent.
Yeah.
But I can. It's so unique. It's so his. His mannerisms is just like wow.
Yeah, I remember when he's sitting down on the couch talking to that woman, and he's always saying fucking. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
What I love the most is the same thing I used to do to you guys. Well, I learned from him, yeah, basically. Well, but I love when she's saying something and he's like, no, stop right there. No, I cannot let you go. And I'm like, oopsie, here you go.
It goes like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, there you go.
Just shooting everything.
Yeah.
Stop right there.
He
So
wouldn't allow you to dwell in the la la la. Yeah, no la la land. If you want to talk to him, you talk facts. No jibber jabber. You got a lot of that
Look
shit
who's
on the other
arrived
groups.
on Div3rgent chat. Mr.
What?
Baron David Ward is in house.
What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one is like wow.
Go fuck yourself.
If you're not a fighter. I love this one.
Yeah,
this one is just amazing. Yeah. What these people need is a baseball bat around. They all come here, help me, help me. Expect us to take out. I can't. Yeah, it's brilliant. Guys, go see this one because it's just ridiculous, amazing. Okay, and we are off to bed. Oh no, Leuki. I was almost forgetting you.
Who, me?
Já sabemos os portugueses, já podemos só falar em português.
Ah, okay.